of the institute in a very systematic manner toward the research and development. So before I start my speech, because today is the day where we all engineers under one umbrella to think for the future country, of the future development of the country, how best the engineer can contribute to the society as well as across the globe, how best we can make our students to be self-independent, self-reliance, that is the topic of the today's, and what more we can as a teacher can contribute for the development of the society. Now, I'll say something about the Institute of Engineers, but prior to that, there is a small, I can say, the write-up on the occasion of this Engineers Day. On behalf of the Institute of Engineers India, I wish all success to the all young engineer, faculty members and futures engineers who are going to head the country. The engineers community across the India today celebrating the 50th September every day here as a tribute to the greatest Indian engineer, Bharat Ratna, Mukhagundam Visvesvaraya. Sir Mukhagundam Visvesvaraya was born on 15 September 1861. He went on to become India's most prolific civil engineer, dam builder, economist, and statesman, and can be counted among the last country and foremost nation builder. He was the chief engineer responsible for construction of Krishna Raja Sagar Dam in Mysore, where all of us knows, as well as the chief designer of the flood protection system for city of Hyderabad. The dam built by him are still functional today. That is his remarkable even after 150 years cross, particularly more than 100 years, still the dam is functional very and with all safety precaution has been measured. And testimony of his brilliance, skill, honesty and dedication. Due to his outstanding contribution to the society, Government of India confirmed Bharat Ratna to this legend in the year 1955. He was also awarded the British knighthood by the King George V, hence honor as Sir. And his birthday, 15 September, is celebrated as the Engineers Day. And the theme of this year Engineers Day is the Engineers for Self Reliant India, Atma Bharat. That means self-independent. As an engineer, you have to develop the mechanism, you have to develop the innovation where country will be self-dependent and it should not depend on any other country for any manner for controlling our economics and other things. So Atma Bharat in English, that self-reliant India, that is the Hindi version Atma Bharat, is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Narendra, making India in the self-reliant nation. Foreign direction and direct investment is welcoming. The technology is welcome, but self-reliant in India translates to being a bigger and more important part of the global economy. Unless we will be self-reliant or self-independent, then our economy cannot be developed. Engineers, which are real backbone of the country, I must urge, can work in achieving the self-reliance. The role of the politician, the role of the bureaucrats is different. But to make the India self-reliant, the role of the engineers is most important. And in both in domestic industries and reduce the dependence on the import products, support in the Atma Bharat Abhiyan. Government of India is taking the several steps to ensure that we are all prepared to face the challenges, threat posed by the COVID-19 India has faced the COVID-19 situation with, this fortitude and spirit of self-reliance. That is the evident that fact from the zero production of our PP kit, personal protection equipment, that is PPE, before March 2020. Today we created a capacity of producing 2 lakhs PPE kit daily. That is because of our dream and constant inspiration of our Honorable Prime Minister, encouraging the engineers, scientists, and doctors to achieve this goal for the safety of every Indian life, which is almost growing steadily to production more and more PPE kit. There is a clear path to lead India to the global leadership in engineering and technology and become the self-reliant in this sphere. The country has the resource of the institution and in the mindset too. Engineers do need to work towards the fusion of our positive achievement. We engineer has to be always positive. Being a teacher, we always have to be positive too. Then only our young generation will be positive one. Engineers can drastically reduce the dependency on import products, including those from China. Those from China, I'm repeating this thing, by putting the process of the system in the place to develop the large scale, efficient and cost effective domestic industrial ecosystem over the medium of a long term. Engineers should involve in developing a strong supply chain of the local vendor partner in its business. CREDI and the Real Estate Institute industry body also asked its member to stop using Chinese products and use more locally produced material for construction of the relative activity. Engineers shall change the specification in the contract in such a way that our own products would be used in the construction industry also. India has enhanced the policy and built the companies since in the creation to make in India self-reliant. SAIL for steel production, IIT for the domestic engineers, AIMS for the medical science, DRDO for the defense research, HAL for the aviation, ISRO for the space, CCL, NTPC, MNRE and GAIL for the area of energy, including the development of the renewable energy, which is one of the most important thing for the engineers, the challenge to come in the future days in the energy system, and so on matches towards the clean and green India. That means you have to make the clean, green and self-independent India. These are the things the engineer has to do, come forward and actively involved for all the projects. Information and communication technology, electronics play a key role in Digital India Smart City Mission. Our Honorable Prime Minister and the Government of India has thinking to go for the Smart City Digital India. And today it is possible to interact you all people because of the movement towards Digital India, where we can interact each other in the different platform like WebEx and some other platform like Google Meet and other thing. We can reach digitally. Artificial intelligence, digitizing all the activity including education, service, banking, food supply chain, which is also the India self-reliant. I must say during the pandemic, because of this digitalization, we can able to continue our studies, we can able to continue our learning system in all engineering college, starting from the lower level to higher level, including the research, virtual lab, etc. Even the school children also been educated through digital platform. That is because of our self-India concept and self-reliance. The engineering portfolio known as No Bound, and they are all working to the same common goal, self-reliant India. Let us all work together toward this common motto as an engineer for self-reliant India. Let us take a pledge on this auspicious day that all engineer under one umbrella take a pledge that we will work for India, we will die for India, we will develop for India. Jai Bharat, Jai Kisan, and Jai Engineer. Now it is my opportunity, privilege to highlight about the institution of engineers. The Institute of Engineers India is the largest multidisciplinary premium professional society society comprising of 15 engineering division and disciplines, gives the engineer in global platform for shared professional interest. IAE has the membership strength more than 2,40,000 engineers across the world, and it is established in 1920 at its headquarters at Kolkata, and we are having 125 state and local centers apart from the 6 overseas chapter. And we are celebrating our 100 years centenary year, and this is the year 2020 we are celebrating our centenary year. Many programs and many things are being launched, including the IA song, which has been really in patriotic mode, and with the engineers. Today, the president has released that song. I'll share the song after this program to this mail to the madam and to the principal also, which can be really one of the remarkable song can be exhibited to all the students of the future engineer of the country. In 1935, IA, which incorporated by the Royal Charter, remained only the professional body in India, adopted the honor of IA opening has is opened the branch all over the world, about 6 to 7 places and many more places they are going to start it under this Royal Charter. Now, about Institute of Engineers, not only we are the largest professional body, but also we must say we are also encouraging the academician to join in our Institute of Engineers as a member, not only as a only member, but should be as an active member. We promote the research and development grant given by the technical department for promoting the small projects for undergraduate student, PG student, and the PhD student. I must urge a faculty member to become the member of Institute of Engineers and can directly and be get involved in the research and development and publication. Our journal is published by the Springers in all 15 division and all are Scopus index. Being an academician, you must research and publication is the primary importance apart from taking classes. So you can publish your research paper, you publish your article in the journal of your that's Springer journal. And we also publish the technorama and other things regularly and in the systematic manner, so that all our academicians and engineers putting their efforts and putting their efforts and their research in the common platform where other engineers across the globe will refer it. We also promote the recommendation by the different research committee and the policy maker, so that government can accept the new technology. Like we have the recommendation of the recently the earthquake which was held in Nepal. The team has requested Institute of Engineers to give a report for the sustainability and other things. I must say that our engineering faculty is real talented faculty who knows your research and innovative idea will be rewarded by some of the industry people as and when need, because industry will depend on the academia and academia will depend on the industry. So both will be like the two hands of a human being to join together so that it will be clap and develop. If one hand will be out of order, then obviously you cannot clap and join together, then it will be plugged in somewhere. So on this occasion, I must say the Engineers Day celebration, it is one point, but being attached to any of the professional society, that is most important. Although I have been attached to more than 12 professional society, actively involved in 4 and 5 because other I cannot give time. Today, when request has come from Professor Maule and Madam Maule, so I about to tell no, because since morning 11:30, 1:30, and this is the third meeting. Again on 4 o'clock, 2 more meeting is there in overseas chapter of Kuwait. But since being an academician, I told definitely I'll give some time and some minutes for some interaction because knowledge is such a thing. When you share, it will increase. If you don't share, keep it in the lock and key, it will decrease. Like phone battery, it will be exhausted, come to zero. So there is a proverb when the students, particularly when being a student career, he always sharing the knowledge, he will develop, and don't go for the commercial bank. That is a proverb is there. And when you become acquire the knowledge very sincerely, this commercial bank, the industry and the job seeking people will run after you. I need this boy, is very quite intelligent and suitable for our organization. That time you may bargaining whatever the amount you need. So my advice during the time of your studentship career, you must be a knowledge sharing rather than the commercial bank sharing. So end of the day, the commercial bank account will be your increase if you are having the knowledge bank. If you don't have the knowledge bank, then commercial bank is also come to zero position. So better to have a chargeable battery with knowledge charging, so it will be sustained for long period. If it is a not knowledgeable battery, then it will be discharged like anything. Finally, it will be zero. Even though you plug in, no charge can be accumulated because outdated. So, my dear students, during your engineering 4-year career, whatever the situation, your charging center is nothing but your teacher, your professor, and your plug point is your principal. So all interlink will be there. When you approach as a cable to your teacher, obviously teacher will charge you with the help of emission and other things will be there. The principal ultimately hand over the degree. So getting degree is the last point. With the knowledge, if you get the degree, now days are coming, company will not ask whatever degree. Everybody is BTech, everybody is MTech. What extra thing you must know? Because I was handling training placement in my previous university. All the company, when we have interacted, they are telling Dr. Ali, your students also BTech, we are visiting many of the. What your student extra things is knows apart from the curriculum? Do you have any certification program? Do you have attached to any professional body where they have interacted, attend some webinar, sharing some experience, development some app? We will give some platform from the student chapter to some contest about to develop some app which will be helpful for the common man, remotely located place and other thing. Because we have reached at an age that now we must contribute to our society. Now the students, now they reach at the age, they must learn and standing themselves so that they in future develop to the country. So country development is possible when teacher will contribute to the society for the development of the country, and student will come forward with the innovative thinking where teacher will give the final touch. This is my urge to all the faculty member and the students. And as an Institute of Engineers student chapter, more than 1500 student chapter, and I have seen, I have personally visited to the AISSM College Pune last 2 years back. I've seen the students are really admire and remarkable the way their thoughts for the different kind of projects I have seen in the robotics and other thing. There is a large number of now the Google and other people are coming with the platform for contest and hackathon, all these things. So I must request the students should come forward. IAE is going to have the regional conclave. If possible, one more conclave in the western part we can have in your college or in Pune, where your idea will be given a due regards and the company will be forwarded your idea to AICT and MHRD for the innovation cell for further research work. So nothing to say more because I think in the auspicious day was we people should come forward and take a pledge that we'll do for something new and challengeable thing. Future, whatever the things will come like COVID, nothing to be worried. Always learning and learning, that is never ending process. And this is the best time for the student life. Once you cross the student life, then if you enter to the job market and other thing, the scenario will be changed. Then you move to your higher responsibility once you get married and other thing. There your children responsibility. Student life is the best life. Anything you will do, वो माफ कर देना. That is the thing. So anything you will do, notorious thing also not much, but everybody will forgive. Okay, बच्चे हैं छोड़ देना. But now in our age, if you do something wrong, अब तो बच्चे नहीं रहे, अभी बच्चे के बाप बन गए, दादा बन गए like that. So what I mean to think, this is the best time, but you must utilize this best time in the proper manner. But tomorrow you should not think, sir, अगर मैं क्लास में पढ़ाई करता, मैडम का सर का caricature नहीं करता, because I am also one of the student. I used to take all leading in all the category, because my lot of friends are there during our engineering studies. Very notorious also there, very good students are there. But I have to make a balance. Many time, many things you have to learn from the notorious students also that help to your future life leading. So you must understand what is wrong and right, then you take a decision. One thing I have to say, the engineer students, the classroom discipline is something different. But if you go to the field, they are handling the labor, they are handling your junior engineer. That is really horrible. So you have to apply your presence of mind. Not that my teacher told a plus b whole square is a square b square, same formula I will apply. Then by the time it will apply, everything will be square. Now you have to apply the thing in a such a manner that is called management policy, so that people will like you, love you, and reward you. Don't think, no, sir, you have told me to purchase sweet. Now I had visited, the sweet shop is closed and come back. Can you get some other samosa or something? Second time when you visit to get samosa, then you told, sir, samosa is now adjusted, now sweets is there. That is called the managerial thing. Being an engineer, you have to take a decision spot. Okay, sir, sweets is not there, but some guest has come, I have to give. So you hand over. Okay, sir, ho gaya kaam. ठीक है, we'll proceed. Not like that. As an engineer, we'll say, nahi sir, sweets nahi hai, we'll go for the samosa, all these things. What I mean to say, you should have the less independent, dependent, you should be more independent. Like as you grow the age, grow the thing, similarly country will develop. Like our honorable prime minister, when China is giving the threat to us, we are all self-independent. Nothing to be already depend upon. Now mobile phone has purchase and everything mostly dominated by China. Now India is manufacturing all the goods. Our engineers are working from here for the China, here from the other country. Why not same engineers will given a proper platform? They can do marvelous thing. I think you are the students of the future. Now you have to work in India for the development of India. Don't move outside, because once you move outside, the culture and other thing is going to be exhaust. Being an Indian, be in India, develop for the India. But you can go abroad, get the knowledge, but you share your knowledge confined to India, so that your country will develop and you reach to common man. Thank you very much giving me the opportunity, and I assure all the things will be extended from Institute of Engineers as and when need. More activity to be conducted under the Student Institute of Engineers and Research and Development. Please visit our website, apply for the grant. Our technical department will look forward, and the publication and other thing. All the activities conducted by the Pune State and our local center, your faculty can join, students can also join. But now because of pandemic, center may not operate directly, but we can go ahead with the webinar and other thing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Principal Sir and Madam Molle and the faculty member and students giving me such a wonderful opportunity to address you. I once again I say Jai Bharat, Jai Hind, Jai Engineer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed a gratifying session. From scratch to core, sir has managed to cover most of the concepts of the role of engineers for a self-reliant India, and also a very good introductory session for the Institute of Engineers. Our audience will definitely utilize information gained from your presentation in the nearing future. We now have one of our students, Mr. Aditya Thorat from TE Computer, willing to share his views on Engineers Day on today's occasion. Over to you, Aditya.
Ali sir, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to our dynamic principal, Dr. P.V. Mane, all the faculties, and my fellow engineers. I am Aditya Thorat from TE Computer. I wish you all happy Engineers Day and would like to share the significance of this day, which is not only celebrated in India but also in Sri Lanka and Tanzania. Engineers Day is celebrated as a tribute to the greatest Indian engineer and Bharat Ratna Sir Mokshagandha Vishweswaraya, popularly known as Sir M. V. Visvesvaraya, who was born on September 15th, 1861, to a Telugu family at Chikkabalpur, Karnataka. His parents were well-known Sanskrit scholars. Visvesvaraya completed his primary education in his hometown and later moved to Bangalore for higher studies. After pursuing UG degree in arts, Visvesvaraya changed the track and went for civil engineering from COEP. That was quite a change. Then, he received the highest Indian honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 1955. He was the chief engineer for Krishna Raja Sagara Dam in the northwest suburb of Mysore city and also served as one of the chief engineers of the flood protection system for the city of Hyderabad. Adding to that, he was also knighted as the Knight Commander for British Indian Empire by King George V for his contribution to the public good. Looking at his journey of 70 years being an engineer, we can learn that he never searched for opportunities. Rather, he saw the problems as opportunities and solved them to serve the people of his country. And this is something we as engineers can also try to adapt and solve the issues that our country is currently facing. Thank you.
Khan madam?
Yes, sir. Is okay. Is Aditya done with the speech? Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Aditya. That was indeed a very knowledgeable speech from you. It was good listening from you. I now request our head of the department, Dr. P.G. Mushrif, Engineering Science, to present a formal vote of thanks. Mushrif, sir.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Chief guest of today's function, Dr. S.M. Ali, Director, Institute of Engineers, Kolkata. Respected Dr. P.B. Mane, Principal of our institute. HODs of different disciplines, teaching and non-teaching staff members. On behalf of All India Sri Shivaji Memorial Societies, Institute of Information Technology, I feel it's my great privilege to thank Dr. S.M. Ali for accepting our invitation as a chief guest for today's Engineers Day program and inspired the audience with his talk on the Engineers for Self Reliant India. Thank you, sir. I am thankful to Sri Maloji Raja Chhatrapati, Honorable Secretary of AISSMS Society, for giving us opportunity for organization of the program. I am thankful to our principal, Dr. P.B. Mane, for his inspiration, guidance for organizing the event. I am also thankful to all HODs, teachers for giving their valuable time and increased the grace of the occasion. I am thankful to the Aditya who has represented and expressed his views on behalf of all the students. I am also thankful to all, one and all, whosoever is directly or indirectly involved for organizing the event. Thank you. Over to you, madam. Khan, madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We will now proceed for the national anthem. National anthem will be presented by Miss Aishwarya.
Hello.
There.
Here I go with Vande Mataram.
Yes, yes. It's okay.
Yes. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Sujala Sufala Malaya Jashitala Shashamala Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhura Bhashinim सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya. That was indeed very soothing to hear Vande Mataram from you. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your presence here for this wonderful occasion of Engineers Day, for which we wait for the whole year for it to arrive. As we've all been engineers by education and professionally, we are teachers. We eagerly and we are very heartily connected to each other with this particular as community in engineers as an engineers. Thanks again for joining us for the online webinar. Everyone are requested to please give their feedback, the special feedback on the that is given in the chat box. In the link is given in the chat box. I now declare our online webinar on engineers for self-reliant India is now being clinched with the permission of our HOD and our principal, Dr. P.B. Mane. I now declare that our webinar and our program is over, has been concluded. Thank you very much.
Thank you.